Good morning, all you mayhem makers. A little bit of a rough start this Saturday morning because, as you can tell, I don't have my Debbie. So, I'm Mindy with Quilting Mayhem. Debbie will be here. It's a typical rainy Washington morning where apparently everybody drives really slow and Debbie's stuck. And the Starbucks lines get a little rough in the morning. But we're going to start talking about machine embroidery and how to take the fear out of it. So for those of you that maybe have an embroidery machine but haven't used it or have barely used it, or maybe you're just thinking about an embroidery machine, hopefully this will help you gain some confidence to start doing embroidery or do more embroidery, because it's a lot of fun. You can do a lot of cool things. I have, of course, with me the brand new Bernina B990, which is an amazing embroidery machine. They've added so many new features for the embroidery that I love it. If you want a demo on it, please come see us in the store. We do have some in stock that can go home with you, and you can start doing some really nice large embroidery, because this is now our biggest machine with this huge hoop. And I don't know if anybody saw it, but while I was at Bernina University, I was able to take this hoop, and oh my God, like, I can hula hoop this thing. That's how big this hoop is. So, but all the things. So when people start asking about machine embroidery, some of the things I recommend if you've bought the machine but you don't know where to start is join things like a machine embroidery club, or we have machine embroidery retreats, we have Kimberbell events, all kinds of different events. So that's a great way to get your hands on generally smaller projects. Generally you get to use different kinds of stabilizers, different types of materials, and so you're learning in small bits instead of trying to tackle one large project to do with your machine where you could get frustrated because you don't maybe know what you're doing. So I suggest, start small little bits, and we do have here in the store some reference type guides that help with machine embroidery. We have not only for the machine itself, the Big Book of Embroidery, which does talk about stabilizers, which are the materials that help secure whatever fabric you're using on top, or toweling, or any of that kind of stuff. So this is, it's a huge, beautiful reference guide. It's got pictures, all kinds of stuff. I know I'm a little far away from you guys, but you know what? Come see us or check it out on the website on quiltingmayhem.com. We do have it on there also. And then we have reference guides in regards to threads, like we use Isocore thread. And so there, we have nice little guides that have color charts. We have stabilizer guides. This is like a must-have, because this will tell you what the different stabilizers are, what they do, what their purpose is, because there are different kinds. There are kinds that will wash away from your project. There are kinds that you leave in your project, and of different weights. Some are thicker than others, and so they all have different applications. And then of course OESD, which is the major brand that we use for all our machine embroidery, has their own reference guide along with sample sheets, which I love, so that you can have kind of a hands-on, you can feel it, you can touch it, and get an idea of how you might want to use it with whatever project you're doing. So this is fabulous also because it will tell you, once again, how to use those stabilizers, what kind of application. Because that's sometimes the hardest thing I think people have, where you start with a project and you're like, okay, I want to embroider on a t-shirt. Well, what do I put as the stabilizer behind it? Those kinds of things. So get yourself some reference guides to have right next to your machine, so that when you go to start a project, you can grab it, check it out, research it. A lot of times, thankfully, projects will tell you what kind of stabilizer, so there's no guesswork per se. They'll tell you, you need a tearaway, you need a washaway, those kinds of things. But in case, or if you just want to know in general, you start kind of going rogue and you're just picking a design on your machine and going, I just want to put this on pants. What do I need? Get those reference guides. That will help you immensely. And of course, always us here at the store, we are your reference. You can always call us, ask questions, come see us, and we will gladly help you, especially if you're having problems. And look, it's Miss Debbie. Hi, Miss Debbie.
Hello.
Yay! Coffee's important.
Hello.
Yay! So we are going to take some fear out. We're talking reference guides, right? And classes. A lot of classes. So Miss Debbie, you know, we love her. Her and Deanne, who is our embroidery guru, do our machine embroidery retreats. And, sorry, people aren't supposed to be here this early in the morning and obviously don't realize. Lori?
Sorry to bug you.
Quiet.
Ladies up.
Thank you. Sorry. Mayhem always, even at 9 a.m. on a Saturday at the store. So, back to embroidery. Lori does our Kimberbell embroidery. So, we have all kinds of people that do a lot of embroidery. Always, you know, call us, those kinds of things, because we'll answer questions. But, some samples.
Not enough caffeine in this.
Oh my goodness, you know. And you can tell it's a big building as we can yell. That's our intercom. We just yell through the building for each other.
Oh,
all right,
yeah.
I'm going to show this up close. But these are some samples of what you can do in that embroidery hoop. I mean, like, there is that tactile where you make it like chenille. You can do fringe. You can do actual quilt piecing in the hoop, along with just your regular embroidery, applique, those kinds of things. So, you know, don't think that embroidery is just putting a name on a shirt or those kinds of things. Oh yeah, look at, oh, I love this. And this even gets into what they call freestanding. So you're making this in the hoop and then you're putting it together, kind of puzzle Lego style, and you get this nice three-dimensional embroidery. And OESD has just, they've gone gangbusters.
So many
There's
options.
Christmas, there's fall, there's Halloween, there's all kinds. It's just amazing what they've come up with. And this is just a combination of some fabric and thread and then the stabilizer that's in it that gives it kind of the body of it. And it's amazing what you can do in the hoop. And then of course, you know, there's simple projects like mug rugs. So if you're looking for gifts to give, for birthdays and anniversaries and holidays, all that kind of stuff, these are just super cute, quick and easy. And the nice thing is, depending on the size of machine, the size of hoop you can do like multiples. Like this bad boy, I did show him how I could hula hoop in this thing.
Good.
Quite proud of that. But yeah, like you could do 3 at a time. So if you're trying to do like for your entire quilt group, you could do a bunch. And it's so much fun. Because it does take some of that guesswork out, especially if you're piecing in the hoop. You don't have to worry about your points. The machine does all that for you, which I love. Do you want to talk about like machine embroidery retreats, what they can kind of expect?
Yeah, with the machine embroidery retreats that we're going to have for the new year, we are kind of developing where it's going to be 2 days of instruction and then a third day of, you know, kind of on your own, and we'll just be there to help you out. You're going to be able to get some free designs and then doing a project on those days. So we're really excited. I think they're going to be a lot of fun. I think we're going to do 3, maybe 4 within the year for the retreats. And then, you know, there's always the Kimberbell retreats too.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We do a lot of Kimberbell retreats. So if you've seen anything about Kimberbell, or don't even know, you know, you can go to our website, go in the search bar, type Kimberbell, or you can check out the Kimberbell website. They do a lot of cute different retreats, and those retreats are also like ours. You're getting a project kit, you're doing several different projects depending on what it is, because some of them, like ours, are 1 day, 2 day, or maybe 4 hours. And once again, great way to get your hands on different types of projects, different stabilizers, and they're guided. There's somebody there that's going to help answer questions. If you have a problem with your machine, you have a problem with, you know, any of those kinds of things, there's somebody there that can help you, as opposed to you just kind of being at home going, I tried to make this and it didn't work, and now what? You know? So that's why I always recommend in the beginning, it's a great way to just get your hands on different things with help.
And did we talk about computerized quilting?
No, I was waiting for you. That's one of your favorites.
Yeah. I absolutely love the computerized quilting, where you have your quilt and you have your quilt block, and with this giant hoop, you can do a 12-inch block. So here you can see, and let's try and find a good contrast. You can see where we did different designs within this block that we added up. And then same here. Hopefully you can see that really well. But a lot of people don't have the room for a long arm machine. And so with an embroidery machine where you can do computerized quilting, you just need the room for your domestic machine. And I really love that. And you can do the sashing, the borders, all of that. And I know like the 990, the 790 Pro, they read BQM files, which is the Bernina long arm files.
Yes, which is awesome because,
yeah.
you know, like me, if I try to do free motion on the domestic machine, my free motion is not very free. It drives me crazy.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
I love that you get the precision and that you just let the machine do the work for you. So I enjoy that a lot more. And I know sometimes, you know, if you have a smaller domestic machine, that kind of stuff, it can get a little painful trying to do all that free motion and moving it around. So it's nice to have that hoop because the hoop keeps it nice and flat. You don't have to worry about it puckering and those kinds of things. And it can do design. So you can even work, you know, in smaller hoops if you have a smaller machine. There are all kinds of different sizes. We have square ones, all that kind of stuff. You can still do it on a smaller machine, smaller hoop. You're just going to do more moving the hoop around, moving the quilt around. So you don't think, I mean, as much as we all think everybody should have one of these because they're amazing, they're huge, all the space. Huge,
and oh my gosh, I can't tell you how late I stayed up last night playing with my new 990 and doing, so much fun.
But we understand. Some of you, you know, you might have a smaller machine, smaller hoops, still absolutely doable. And I didn't grab the book, but Bernina does have a book on computerized quilting also that gives you a full guide. So once again, reference materials I think are always very important. And of course there's YouTube videos and all kinds of things out there. But I like having that reference guide nearby that, you know, kind of helps explain all the different things you need to do for that computerized quilting. And you are doing the entire quilt, backing, batting, top, all together in the hoop. So it's nice.
Yeah, and a lot of the machines, they have designs that live in the machine, but you can always get designs on the internet, or then what we have in the store is the OESD Designs on Demand. So we have a catalog, and we have multiple books too.
All holds, you can flip.
Yeah.
Because there's so many.
But let's see, there's going by per month. So here is quilted coasters, but there's also designs that you can choose to quilt your actual quilt. So what you do is that you can come in here, you go through the guide, pick a design, bring a USB stick, or if you don't have one, we do sell them, and then you can pick either a whole collection or one design out of that collection. And then we'll download that on the USB stick for you, and then you pay for it and go, and you take that back to your machine, put that USB stick in your machine, and you're good to go.
Which I love, because I know there are some of you that struggle, you know, you go and you buy it and you download it on your computer, and then you're like, I don't know how to get it from my computer to my USB and then to my machine. There's so many steps. We've got it ready to go right on your stick instantly. And it's just happy. You do have to create an account with the OESD, but that way you have access to that design.
Yeah.
Again, so you lose the USB, you corrupt the USB, you still have access, all kinds of, you know, safety measures just in case. Yeah. And I love OESD. Every month we get a new set of designs of all different kinds, whether it's projects, quilting, all kinds of stuff. I mean, they're just always coming up with more, and they are doing more with long arm design. So even if you have an actual full large long arm that's got maybe, you know, your Q-matic on your Bernina, it's got Pro Stitcher on your Handy Quilter, whatever you've got, you can also get designs and use them on your long arm machine. Or if you don't have a Bernina, but you have, you know, a baby lock, a fop, whatever embroidery machine, like this isn't just Bernina specific. They do
all the formats.
All the formats. So don't worry, we're here for all of you that have all the other machines too. All of this applies to whatever brand machine you have. It'll all just depend on, you know, the size of hoop you have and all those kinds of things. Because of course, if you have a, you know, some people have the small little embroidery machines, you can't do as much when you have the small ones. But you can still do coasters and monograms and all and quilt labels. Oh my gosh, the fact that I can do my quilt label, because I'm terrible at doing labels. So now I could just like make 3 or 4 at a time and just be ready to go and just add in, you know, dates, those kinds of things.
So the other thing too is that Sew Steady, for my people out there that like to do ruler work, what Sew Steady did is they came out with, it's called Embroidery, and they have those designs from the rulers that they've now digitized, and you can use those designs on your quilt and embroider those, or quilting in the hoop with those. So I'm excited about that. We are an exclusive embroidery dealer, so if you find those, you want to go ahead and come in and we can get those for you. So,
and once again, you know, you have questions, you're like, what do you really mean by embroidery? Please call us, come in, check out our website, you know, just once again, that quiltingmayhem.com has a lot of information. But if you want more details, you know, and clarification, like, is this machine, is it long arm, is it both? Because that is the nice thing, is I feel like they're starting to figure out that things need to be both. It doesn't have to be just long arm, and it doesn't just have to be a domestic machine. They can all share and play well together. So so much has been advancing just over the last couple of years.
Oh gosh, yeah, and there's so much out there, and we love to help you and provide what it is that you're looking for and that what your needs are.
Oh, absolutely. You know, so if you're brand new or if you're thinking of, you know, getting a machine, definitely I would say just reach out to us. Ask those questions, come in, do a demo, sit at a machine. We always say you want to try it before you buy it. And we can show you how easy it is to just put fabric and stabilizer in a hoop and stitch something out. I mean, just that simple, and then it just kind of grows from there. So sometimes I say, just, you know, you're just going to want to do one little thing, and it can snowball into a lot of amazing fun things. Even my own mother, who has, I don't know however long, said she wasn't going to, she doesn't want to embroider. I don't need an embroidery module. So she's had the, you know, the 880. I don't want an embroidery module. Okay, sure. She's been a quilter. She taught me how to quilt. I get it. She upgraded to the 990, and oh my God, she took a module home. And I went, who are you?
And using it, and what she has said is just how user-friendly it is.
So yes, so my mother in her 70s is just starting to learn how to machine embroider, loving it. And so, you know, anybody, any age, whatever, you can machine embroider. We would love to help you, teach you how to do it without frustration. That's our goal with everything, not just machine embroidery. I mean, all the things that we teach. We want you to enjoy it. You know, this is where you're supposed to be happy, your happy place, your therapy, all those kinds of things. So, but hopefully this kind of helped you get an idea of how to either jump in or maybe come try it out, or just really get past that beginning stage and into enjoying your machine, using it to its fullest, and having fun. So, anything else? Oh my God.
Not that I can think of.
We need to go caffeinate.
I know.
My Lord, it's been a morning. So we hope you have a beautiful day in this rainy Washington weather, or hopefully you're in a sunny state. Just send some sunshine our way if you are. And hopefully we will see you next month, and keep on stitching.
Yay. Cheers. Happy Saturday.
Oh, happy Saturday.